In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can use lattices to create lightweight infills for your 3D printed parts. So here I've imported this model of 3D Benchy, and I want to apply a lattice inside of this model so we can replace a lot of the solid material with a lattice structure. So I'm going to click on this model, and I'm going to choose the lattice that I want to apply. In this case, I want a gyroid lattice placed inside of this part. So I'm going to click the shell surface button to indicate that I want to keep the external walls and just lattice the interior. Then I'm going to select my offset. In this case, this is the wall thickness. And I'm going to set this to be negative because I want the wall thickness to be inside of the part. And I'm going to set a wall thickness of 0.75 millimeters. I'm then going to choose my cell size, and in this case something like 3 millimeters will probably work quite well. So I'm going to generate this model, and I'm going to generate this on a resolution that's appropriate for this size of model, around 0.12, something like this. This will generate now, and we'll see the results shortly. So I've generated this part now, but one of the problems we can see is that there's no area on this part for any trapped powder or trapped resin to escape. For a process like FDM, this would be fine, but for processes where we need to remove material that could potentially be trapped inside of this, we should add a cutout to one of the surfaces to allow for some of this material removal. So to do that, I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click on the surface I want to select. So Shift and click, and then I'm going to use this surface as my surface that I want the cutouts on. Then to create the cutout, I'm going to click Offset Planar because I want a planar cutout. I'm going to select my offset, and in this case I want it to be the same as the wall thickness. Select my height and width of the unit cell I want and the thickness, and then I'm going to click on remove the solid so I can subtract from the part, and then I'm going to also check the inverse box. And this time when I generate, we should see that we now have a series of cutouts in the base of this part that can be used for powder or resin removal. So here we can see that we've now generated a part with a lattice infill, and I now have a set of triangular cutouts on the base that can be used for powder and resin removal. Now I can export this out of Gen3D as a STL file or a 3MF file and send this to our printing platform. If I now open this model inside of Preform, I can now slice this model, and I can see on the base we have the cutouts that allow for the resin removal in this case. And as we go up, we can see we've now got a lightweight infill that can be used to take mass out of the part, but also reduce the amount of material required for printing.